In this video, we'll look into how to manually select a subject from an image in Affinity. So before selecting the subject, first of all, make sure that we are in the Pixel Studio mode, which is this particular mode right here. And the Pixel Studio mode is equivalent to Photoshop, and it provides all the tools and features to edit different images in Affinity. And before making the selection, first of all, let's select this particular tool called Selection Brush Tool, which is equivalent to the Quick Selection tool in Photoshop. And make sure that the Snap to Edges option is checked. And let's brush around the subject to make the selection, like so. Let's brush around the subject. Let's brush around the hair as well. Now, as you can see, we have made a pretty much initial selection of the subject. Let's also make selection of few other extra details right here. Alright, as you've already noticed that when we are making the selection of the subject, we also took the background into the selection in this particular area right here. So in order to get rid of the background from the selection in this area, all we need to do is press and hold Option or Alt key and then click on this portion, and now you can see that the particular background selection has been subtracted from the selection. Now our overall initial selection of the subject has been made. The next step is to refine this selection. So in order to refine this selection, all we need to do is navigate to Refine button right here, click on the Refine button, and now you can see that Affinity has provided us with Refine Selection box right here with many settings. So in this particular Refine section, or in this particular Refine mode, what we will be doing is we will be refining all the edges of our selection or the edges of the subject. Alright, so to refine the edges, first of all, let's brush with the default refine edge brush that Affinity provides. Let's brush around the hair to refine the hair first. As we are refining, and after brushing, just leave the mouse or just leave the mouse click, and now you can see that our hair has refined and looked very natural. Now after refining the hair, let's check into the few settings that Refine Selection box provides. So our first setting is the preview setting, and there are a lot of previews here, or the preview option here. And what we can do with these options is that we can view this particular image in different preview mode. For example, right now the overlay preview mode is active. Basically what overlay allows us to do is it allows us to view the selection of the image based on the red matte or red color. Right now, as you can see, the background has changed from yellow to orange. That's because the unselected area are marked by red color or red fill, and that red color has blended with the background's yellow color, which gives us this orange color. So this is the overlay preview. The other options of the preview are black matte, black and white, transparent. Black matte provides us the preview in black background. White matte provides us the preview in the white background. Black and white provides us the preview in black and white layer masks. And transparent simply provides us the preview in the transparency view. However, we'll select overlay for now because overlay will be handy to see which area has been properly selected and which area have not been selected. We can also check this matte edges on or off. As you can see here, when checking this matte edges off, our refinement of the hair has been turned to its original selection. So we don't want this. So we will check the matte edges and it will automatically calculate the edges and refine those edges again. So the other option that we have is border width. So the border width option simply allows us to adjust the border of our selection. For example, let's see here, if we click and drag, it will simply increase the fuzziness of our border. As you can see that it is slowly increasing our border around the selection, right? So it's increasing those fuzziness around the selection. And if we decrease it, you can see that now it has decreased those fuzziness around the selection. However, we'll simply adjust the fuzziness somewhere around, let's say, somewhere around 12% for now. All right. So the next is smooth. With the smooth setting, it simply smooths out our selection. So as you can see here, it just smooths our selection. It just creates curves out of points if our selection has a lot of points. So that's all it does. That means it directly smooths out the shape of our selection. So for this, I would like to keep the value of the smooth to 0 pixels. And the next setting is feather. Feather simply implies to the blurriness at the edge. For example, if we increase the feather, let me increase it more. As you can see here, when we increase the feather, the color of the background will also start to seep inside the selection, which we don't want. So we'll keep the feather as well to its minimum. Let's keep it to 0 as well for now. And the next setting that we have is ramp. As I've understood, ramp is simply referring to the shifting of our selection, whether inside or outside of the subject, where dragging the slider to the left indicates or represents shifting the selection inside of the subject, and dragging the slider to the right indicates shifting the selection outside of the subject. So in this case, what we can do is we can shift the ramp inside of the subject a bit because we don't want yellows at the outside of the subject. So we'll simply click and drag or decrease the value of the ramp to, let's say, -15 for now. And now you can see that the yellow colors has started to disappear at the edge of the skin right here. And if we take the ramp to the left again, then much of the yellow color will again start to dissipate. As you can see in these portions, we used to have many yellow color at the boundary of our skin or the arms. However, when we decrease the value of the ramp, it started to dissipate at the edge of the skin. So this is what the ramp does. The next settings we have is the adjustment brush settings. The adjustment brush settings particularly allows us to increase or decrease the size of the brush. For example, as you can see, we have this particular size right now. If we increase the size to, let's say, 440, you can see that our brush size has now increased. As you can see here, the brush size has now increased. So this basically indicates the size of the brush, which I'll set to 85 for now. And the next setting that we have is output, whose value is selection. And it's simply referring how do we want our output to be. That means if we click apply and selection is selected as output, then it will simply make the selection of the subject as we saw before in marching ants. Okay, marching ants simply means the dotted boundary, which refers or indicates the subject being selected. And mask simply means it will be masked out directly when we click on apply. For now, I'll be selecting mask. And the last one is color decontamination. So color decontamination simply means that it will eliminate the color that will seep in by coloring the edges with the color of the subject, and that will eliminate the yellow color that will sip inside of the edges of the selection of the subject. I hope you get it, right? So if we check this particular option on, which is color decontamination, it will fix the problem of the edges of the selection where the background color seeps in. Okay, it will fix that issue. So I'll go ahead and check this color decontamination checkbox, and then I'll click on apply. Now, as you can see, as soon as we click on apply, it has created a new layer called pixels right here, and it has now completely gotten rid of the background, which was yellow. So if I go ahead and unhide our original image, you can now see that it has been properly selected. So this is how you can make the selection of a subject in Affinity. After this, the next thing that we want to do is we want to test out if the selection has been properly done or not. Okay, so in order to check that, let's go to Pixels and navigate to New Fill Layer. After clicking on New Fill Layer, you can see that a new fill layer has been created. And this particular fill layer actually is the background of a subject. So we'll just simply click and drag it behind the subject like so. And now you can see that we have the background of the subject. So the next thing that we can do is we can also change the color of the fill layer by simply navigating to the color panel and then changing the hue. Now, as you can see, no matter what color we change or no matter what hue we change the color to, the background is looking flawless with the subject, right? So this is how we can make the selection of a subject in Affinity. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button, and for more tips and tricks related to Affinity, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.